and that rent went from 1365 to 1557 on top of utilities. It was crazy. And it got down to the point where I had to figure out how was I going to pay rent for the next month and the next month and the next month. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Varkees, and I'm back with another video, man. And I know it's been a minute, but I had a lot going on. I've been in the process of moving, my job, acting gigs, man. There's so much going on, but I'm back. No more excuses. I'm back again, and I'm here to stay. So this video is going to be about the 5 things I wish I would have known before I moved out my parents' crib, the nest. Okay, I'm loving it. Don't get me wrong, but it's some 5 things that I wish I would have known prior to moving out my parents' crib. So stick around, man. Make sure you like and subscribe. So just to give y'all like a little bit more understanding, I moved out my parents' crib at 21. I moved from Chicago south suburbs all the way down to Atlanta, man, at 21. And don't get me wrong, it's been a journey. So it's about 2 years now. Now, well, the number one thing that I really want y'all to know prior to moving out your parents' crib is the fact that it is expensive. It is very, very, very expensive. Prior to me moving to Atlanta, I thought I had it all figured out. Like, mind you, I was in school looking up places where I thought I was going to be staying at. Thought I was going to have a high rise, looking at the city somewhere in Midtown, living it up. And I saw the prices too. Like, I was like, I can afford that. I was looking up jobs where I can calculate and all that. That was all a fantasy. But I did land a place which was a little bit expensive, but I made it work. So the first place I got was $13.65 for rent for 1 bedroom. Little old me. 1 bedroom, $13.65, man. And I was in the Midtown Buckhead area. Now, for those who are from Atlanta, y'all probably know that was your problem. I know. I wasn't trying to stay in the outer skirts, man. I was trying to stay in the city. But that's besides the point. $13.65 for 1 bedroom, and I was paying that all by myself. No help or anything. And then I stayed there for another year. And that rent went from $13.65 to $15.57 on top of utilities. It was crazy. And it got down to the point, mind you, I only had a job. And as you know, that was Amazon delivery, and that was barely cutting it, man. It was barely cutting it. It came to a point where I had to figure out how was I going to pay rent for the next month, and the next month, and the next month. And it wasn't just me budgeting, you know what I'm saying? But it was a lot of other things that happened in that mix. But the one thing that I really want to put out there, that it is expensive. The process of moving and maintaining the space that you have, it's expensive. Get your money up, not your funny up. The number 2 thing I want y'all to be aware of, man, is responsibilities, man. If you at your parents' crib right now with your feet up and you only paying them maybe $100 a month, $200 a month, or you're not paying them at all, they letting you live rent free. Hey, mind you, responsibility is gonna creep up on you, man. When you get your own place, nobody's gonna tell you when to clean up. You work a full-time job, full week. When you come home, you're not gonna feel like cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? You eat a dinner and yeah, dishes piling up. Nobody gonna come behind you and say, hey, clean these dishes up or clean the bathroom up. That's all on you. So if you wanna live in a nasty house, go right ahead, man. You paying for it, that's on you. But the responsibilities, man, you gotta take ownership and take pride of where you living at, because you know what I'm saying, God bless you with that home. And he didn't have to do that. So just take care of your stuff, because you got to be responsible. You have to be responsible, man. And having that responsibility, you know, it carries on to the next venture in your adulthood. All right, the next thing I want y'all to be mindful of is loneliness. Okay, now, granted, me and my girlfriend, we live together now. So, but at first it was just me, and you know what I'm saying, I got lonely, bro, for real. If you move into like a big city like LA, New York, Houston, Atlanta, Chicago, Miami, you know, it can get lonely, especially if you got family miles away. It can be very lonely. You know, you don't know anybody in the city that you're in, and, you know, trying to find the right friend or homie that, you know, trying to gain their trust. And because a lot of people nowadays are very shysty, you know what I'm saying? And then you allowing them in your space. They see where you live. They probably see the nice things that you have. And you don't want your stuff being taken and stuff like that. It can be lonely, man. So you just be aware of that. But it also teaches you to be comfortable, you know, in your own space. You know, being lonely isn't really such a bad thing. I can get more on that topic though, but just be aware of loneliness. You know, it can be lonely, it can be depressing, but it's all part of the growth, man. You're gonna meet some people out here. You're gonna meet a partner out here. You're gonna network out here, and you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. Trust me. The fourth thing I want y'all to be aware of is how credit works. Specifically how credit cards work. Now, your credit score is basically a representation of you. Okay, so if your credit score is low, then you won't be able to do certain things like get a car, get a house, anything of that nature. Now, if it's high, you have a little bit more leeway and you can pretty much do what you want. Now, when you have a credit card, please be sure to pay your credit card bill on time. Because if you don't, your credit score will drop. And if you do pay it on time, do not pay the minimum amount. Okay? I learned, and yeah, it doesn't really, it's not gonna do me any good. And also, just like I said, pay on time, man, because your credit score will drop. Okay? Now, I'm still learning how credit stuff works. Those are like the basics. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta find the right credit card for you, certain APR rates and all this interest rates. And yeah, do your research, learn how credit works, and I promise you, your future is bright. The fifth and final thing I want you to know prior to moving out your parents' place or guardian place is that take your time. Okay? Life is not a race. You might have some friends out there that got their own place. Or you know, you feel like you're not ahead in life because you don't have your own place, you don't have your money right. That's okay. That's fine. Okay. I have my money in order and everything. And to this day, like, I kind of wish I took my time. I should have stayed at my parents' crib for probably another 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So I had a little bit more money. You know, so I learned a lot more things prior to moving. And like I said, I'm still learning things to this day. You know, take your time. Take your time. Take your time. What's the rush? Ask yourself, what is the rush? What are you rushing for? Because if you rush, you're gonna run into that mistake even faster. So it's best if you take your time. Okay, I have plenty of friends, plenty of family that still, you know, that stay with their family, and that's okay. That's good. Honestly, so like I said, sometimes I wish that I can just go back and just stay with my parents' crib. And I know for a fact, you know, their doors are always open. You know what I'm saying? I have that relationship with my parents, but you know, at some point you got to put your big girl pants on, your big boy pants on, and do it. But do it when you're ready. Okay? Don't have life trick you into thinking like you're not ahead in life because you still live with your parents. Okay? Don't. Okay? Take your time. Now, I want to close off on this video, man. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your time. I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all like and subscribe because it's only $3.99. Okay? Do your boy a favor. You know what I'm saying? Tap in. I got more videos on the way. Like I said, I'm sorry, y'all, that I took so long in making this video. I was in the process of moving and everything. I got a new place. I'm going to deck this place out, you know, when time go on. But thank you for your time. Like and subscribe. And your boy is out. Until next time. Always remember, if they can do it, so can you. Achieving greatness awaits. I'm out.